All right, welcome back to Energy Boom 101. This is Dispatch from the Patch 21. You see Boom U. You can hear Boom U. That's the siren song of Boom U. There's the bells of Boom U. This is a siren song of Boom U. All of it here wrapped, Baroque wrapped in this crucible of consciousness that is Boom U, where minds are afire. Have we talked about this before? Anyway, here live, Dispatch from the Patch 21. We're moving our way back into the studio. The patented back pedal. This thing has been tried 20 times over by Pele, and he can't master it. But we can. Quick update. We're still working with the same camera angle. We're liking it. We think it's going to work. We'd appreciate your feedback if I even knew what feedback was. We're going to now go to Dispatch 21, which is going to be updates with newspaper articles. Give me half a second. Okay, Dispatch from the Patch 21. By the way, kids, brought to you by Mineral Chain, which is an outfit that a co-worker's brother has created. Simply a marketplace to bring buyers and sellers of minerals and other aforementioned products in the oil patch together. So, Dispatch from the Patch 21 gives a big shout out to Mineral Chain for what it's worth. But let's get you updated on what's going on, because we actually have some pretty interesting connected dots with the Symphony of Shale. So I'm excited about that. But today's dispatch style is going to be straight up just reading the paper. Fascinating as that is. Look at this, and we'll get to these one at a time. This is a pretty standard piece from the Daily Oklahoman. They're basically going to cover the energy industry in what you'd call a buy-side mode. They're going to be very optimistic about the energy industry, and that's great, because you can still get a lot of good information from them. And it's a beautiful sunset, by the way, above the fold. Below the fold is an update on 3 big energy companies right here in Oklahoma City, 20 minutes north of Boom U. So Boom U is brewing up the intellectual capital that's helping out these energy companies in Oklahoma City, which, by the way, are happening all over the United States. This kind of TV show, by the way, should probably be done by someone in every, probably college town, I would like to think. And that's a franchise opportunity, by the way, out there. Anyways, big updates on Chesapeake, Continental, and Devon. Chesapeake swings to profit amid cost cutting. You know the story on Chesapeake. Unless something crazy happens, they should probably gently ride this boom as far as it goes. Continental Resources. Continental Resources production up nearly 38%. Big numbers. It'll probably continue to be up by big numbers. Continental Resources, of course, as we've talked about, runs the Army of the Bakken, soon to run the Army of the Scoop, and they're primarily oil, by the way, not a whole lot of natural gas there. Harold Hamm runs it old school, but they should probably also follow, and they may even outperform other energy companies for the duration of the boom. Then you got Devon Energy, the ladies and the gentlemen of the oil patch, and this is Devon post quarterly earnings of $430 million, a lot of money. We've talked about Devon. They've got plays all over. They're, in my opinion, shooting from the hip. Hey, a flag just fell, and that was unscripted. That probably doesn't portend anything for the global energy rainbow, by the way. Shooting from the hip, I'd say that Devon would be the best company to invest in if you just wanted to reflect the best investment for the length of this boom. We've talked about what they're doing, Mississippi Lime, where they've got a commitment to 3 years of drilling, I think 1,000 wells, about 330 wells per year, which, by the way, is a nice indicator of just how long you think the boom's going to last. Well, in Oklahoma alone, you know that the investing money is still out 3 years, and there's plenty of stuff that comes in after that. So we're starting to get nice updates on time frames that give you a nice focus and a nice idea as to the length of this boom. I think that's a natural question to ask when you know there's a boom going on, is, okay, the inevitable wins the bust. Well, who knows? But this one could be the mother of all. So that's one of the big things in the business section. So that's a little bit of an update on what's going on. And then there's probably, there may be some oil patch jazz in here somewhere, but I know there's a lot of other information about some local energy companies, like here's something about, well, this is actually something about the state earthquakes. in Oklahoma. You want to know this? We try and report everything that we can find in the newspapers. But here's the Delhi, Oklahoma, reporting on the possibility of state earthquakes. The swarm intrigued scientists, you know, and of course this is therefore probably under study. Right here, quakes could prompt new rules on wells. I'm sure that's the case. But I'm telling you, there was more stuff in here. I know there was a ton of good stuff that we were able to start connecting the dots. Here it is. Okay. Bear with me, kids. This is where it gets... They're playing Boston, by the way. Yeah, we're supposed to acknowledge the cosmic gesture by any time they play Boston, fracking the shale of self. Let's go ahead and just say that we've done that sufficiently. So we will continue this episode uninterrupted. But that is historic if you can hear it. So there's a bunch of Oklahoma energy companies. And one that we've been talking about is with Mr. McClendon. And it is with Chesapeake, and it is with the assets that he had in the Utica, which I think was acquired through Enervest. Enervest companies, yeah! Mr. McClendon basically bought 22,500 acres in southeastern Ohio for his first play from Enervest. Now, Enervest, I'm pretty sure, that same company is now drilling in Oklahoma. I would swear to you, and I think I can find it before the Boston song is over. And then, I know there's a bunch of other stuff in here, about a bunch of other little plays around Oklahoma. I mean, you can read forever. Gulfport Energy, we talked about them. Come on. APCO, we talked about APCO, didn't we? Equal, Laredo. Enervest is in here somewhere, and we'll find them eventually. They're probably in one of these others. But here's the deal. While we're here, here's the beauty. We still got plenty to talk about, like APCO. We talked about how APCO is down in, I think, Venezuela. Venezuela, or yeah, I think it's or Argentina, maybe, who knows. APCO's down there, but they're 77% owned by Williams up in Tulsa. And there's an update there. I don't know what that means, but it's out there. But everything's bubbling in the patch. And this whole episode has been a complete bust because I never found the Enervest. But I can still regale you with glorious tales of other things. Like, for example, I know we talked about in a previous dispatch some of the places in Oklahoma, and we talked about the Huntington and the Hugoton. Well, here's an update for you kids. Gas Star Exploration drilled its first well last month to test the Huntington Formation. So, boom. We know up in the Panhandle there's a play called the Huntington, and Gas Star has tested their first well, and this is land they got from Chesapeake Energy, which, by the way, Chesapeake Energy used to have a sizable ownership position in Gas Star, and they may still. That would make Gas Star worthy of looking into as being a possible investment opportunity. But this says that Gas Star will begin completion operations soon, with initial flowback expected later this month. Okay, so what we should know is that the first Gas Star well in the Huntington should be reported. We hope to get initial flowback numbers to us by the end of this month, and that'll be interesting to see what size wells Gas Star's getting, because they're publicly traded. And then Unit also drills, I think, there, and we can see what size wells the Unit is getting from the oil logs, and they're publicly traded. And that may help you out. We're just trying to bring it all together here. It's not making any sense. Dang it, I know there was that thing on Enervest, so in the meantime, at least you saw the connection there with Gas Star. That'll be a fun thing to follow. And SM Energy has agreed to sell its properties in Oklahoma's Anadarko Basin. Okay, wicked, I found it, Enervest. Okay, boom. Here we go. SM Energy has agreed to sell its properties in Oklahoma's Anadarko Basin, which is western Oklahoma, to affiliates of Enervest. To affiliates of Enervest for about $343 million in cash. Damn. Okay, so Enervest, that company that Mr. McClendon bought some acreage from, about 22,000 acres in the Utica, that same company has now bought acreage that has already been developed by SM Energy. So this will be interesting because this probably is going to be Enervest coming in and then taking developed assets and then maybe even developing them even more. We'll see. I bet that's what happens, but we'll see. But anyways, SM Energy developed up these assets in Oklahoma's Anadarko Basin, and they're selling it to Enervest for $343 million. The deal is expected to close by the end of the year. SM Energy's Anadarko assets include about 58,000 net acres that produced about 8,500 barrels of oil equivalent in the third quarter. So now we got some good numbers to go by to figure out why they paid $343 million. But what's even better is we'll see how well Enervest raises production. So we've got these numbers right here. They got 58,000 net acres to work with, and so far it's produced about 8,500 barrels of oil equivalent in the third quarter. Now I don't fully understand that, but we'll figure it out eventually. But so there's your connection. That Mr. McClendon, Symphony of Shale's first guest conductor for his Act 1 performance of the Utica Shale, which we have yet to figure out production numbers on, and we may eventually get there if we don't completely lose all of our sanity. A company he does business with, Enervest, has acquired assets in western Oklahoma, and we're going to see how well they uncork them. And then we also learned that another Mr. McClendon protege company, Gas Star, has acquired assets in Hunton, and we can see how well they're going to uncork them. And that's just a fraction of what's going on in the Oklahoma oil patch. We don't have time to talk about it, and let alone the United States oil patch. That's just the Oklahoma oil patch, and it's pretty overwhelming. You can talk about WPX in here, which is out of Tulsa, the old Williams company. They have some probably pretty nice little assets in New Mexico, and no one seems to be really watching it, and no one's paying attention. But I bet they uncorked that pretty good, so we can maybe try and follow that. WPX Energy, their shares soared a few days ago. No, they didn't. Maybe they didn't. Who cares? Hey, look at this. WPX Energy. Our oil production is at an all-time high. Damn good. Our natural gas production grew. Okay. We continue to achieve lower costs in the Basin. That's good. Basin. So we know WPX in Tulsa also drills in the Basin along with Harold Hammond. And we advanced our Niobrara, remember that one? And Gallup. So Gallup's where they're drilling in New Mexico. Discoveries, providing additional long-term growth potential. WPX's overall production was up to 1.2 million cubic feet of natural gas equivalent. We know about natural gas. Okay, so here's another good update. WPX Energy out of Tulsa. So it looks like they're drilling the Bakken. They're happy with it. They're lowering their costs there. Looks like they're getting ready to open up the Niobrara and the Gallup, and no one's talking about the Gallup, so that could be a nice little sleeper for them. And I suspect it may work well for their shares. Who knows? This is not an investment share. Check this out, Laredo Petroleum Holdings. That's another good company. I think they may be the guys that are uncorking the Burbank, which is a legendary old Oklahoma oil field in northern Oklahoma that really should be covered visually because there's beautiful imagery up there. And that's something that we pledge to do here at the Transparent Barrels Energy Boom 101. If anyone is foolish enough to underwrite us and give us enough money, we will dispatch a reporter to the Burbank fields of Oklahoma, and it will be the Burbank, a Baroque Burbank. We'll do some kind of spin like that. You're in luck. We wrap up Dispatch from the Patch 21 with the most glorious question one can offer when it's heard by the audience, and that is the bells of boom. You ask not, my friends, for whom they told. Just receive them. I think we're going to get 10, by the way. They're 1. I'm just going to walk away. Don't fight it.